Welcome back to Anything Goes Garage. We got another will it run slash will it drive, will it start, will it stop? You be the judge. Here we go. We have a 1955 Chevrolet 210 four-door sedan, and she's been sitting a long time. She even got the old bias plies on it. It's got some issues, but it's not a bad car. It's fairly solid. I mean, don't judge. There's some stuff going on. Yeah, it's been repainted and body filler, but if you were this old, you probably have body filler and issues with you too. Interesting car. I mean, look at that interior. This thing is really, really neat. It's from a local guy. He's like, hey, got this car. Would you get this thing running for me? I want it to run. I want it to drive, stop, go. Let's make it run again. Let's make it great again. So I said, sure, no problem. So bring it down. So they put a tow strap on it and brought it down here. It's still got brakes. But we're going to go through all the brakes, the fuel system. We're going to do the engine, make sure the carburetor and everything's good. Now, supposedly the engine is rebuilt. There's a rebuilt carburetor on it. Somebody had messed with this thing a while back, and we'll get to that in a minute. Let's get a peek at the interior here. So, all right, we have a fairly clean dashboard. It's got 42,293 miles. I don't see this thing having 114, but it could be. Just because it's got rust, you know, there's a lot of telltale signs that, yeah, all right, it's beat up. It's been in a garage most of its life, and then it got thrown outside and sat under a cover, and just, it took its toll on it. So we have our optional keep the door shut bungee cord. So when you go around a turn, the door opens up. It closes back up. So it's got options. It's got AM radio. It's got the deluxe heater. It does have what do you call it, automatic transmission. It's a 2-speed power glide, which is pretty cool. Let's see if it's got a brake pedal here. Yeah, wow, it's got a nice brake pedal. He was right. It's a strange color. I'd have to look this up, but I kind of like it. It's almost like chocolate and something. You know, we should give this car a name. I don't know what to name it though. Wow, it's even got original or maybe dealer installed seat belts. Look at that. That's amazing. And besides some dampness, I guess water that gets in over the years, the car's in all decent shape. I mean, yeah, it's got rust. You'd have rust too if you were this old. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm just waiting for bees to fly out of there, you know. So we're gonna go through this car. Oh, yeah, it was gotta be oiled, obviously. Not bad. Let's go under the hood. Oh, she's sticky. Ugh. All right. Not bad, not bad. Somebody's replaced the radiator. Now, from what I'm told, the engine is rebuilt, or is it paint rebuilt? The carburetor looks new. It's got the optional oil filter. Control arm bushings look really nice. This is kind of, I don't know, it's weird because usually these are in really bad shape and the paint's gone, but judging by it, don't look like a repaint. The firewall might have been a repaint. I know the car's been repainted, but it's awfully clean for 114,000. I mean, everybody's definition of clean and the way things were left or restored is different. So there's even a grease fitting on the steering box. I've never seen that before out of all the Tri-5s I've messed with. Even my 55 didn't have it. This originally had an electric choke, or a heat tube that went to a choke. So this carburetor is definitely not the original one. It's too clean too. But they had a heat tube that would assist in warm up of the choke. Looks like somebody's done the starter. The coil looks new, the wires look new. So somebody's been through there. The fuel pump's been replaced. So they said it was rebuilt. That looks really clean in there. So let's pull the dipstick and see what we're looking at here, because this car has been sitting for, I didn't get a number, but a long time. And it's a shame. And he wants to make it go again. So, all right, oil's up to the full line. It's dark. Smells dirty and gassy, so it's been driven, but supposedly it does not run. I said it's not locked up. Uh-oh, that's not good. Uh-oh, oh, there it goes. There, she's not locked. Okay, let's see what the juice says in the old radiator here. Oop. We have greenage. There is greenage in there. That fuel don't look good in that there, that's for sure. Probably going to be varnish in there. I'll have to get the date code off these bias plies and see when this thing had tires put on it last. Yeah, trim looks good on it. Kind of like the two-tone, and the color's not the greatest. This door obviously does not belong to this car. It's probably junkyard doors, probably been hit, because this car is not green anywhere else. So these doors have probably been from another car in a junkyard. You know, that's how things were back then. She's got mud here, mud there, mud here, mud there. These were always kicked in, punched in, or what do you call them, backed into. These always fell off and the windows leaked. That's why that's rotted. Somebody's power washed on this thing. It's fine. And it's got one oddball wheel with a bias ply on it. Chrome reverse. Look at that. And they're the old poverty caps. 150 and 210 used them. They actually repopped those. Bumper looks pretty straight. Grill's straight. The one headlight needs new mounting hardware, but it's fine. I don't know. What could we do here? I guess we can check that battery if it's any good. I don't know how long that thing's been in there. Maybe we'll just throw another battery in there and crank on the ignition and see what it does. Keys in it? Yes, keys are in it. Let's do this. Will it run? All right, so while that battery's on charge, we're going to clean up these cables. They're kind of beat up, but I think we can make them work. This one here is really beat up. Even got a bolt through it. So we'll make what we can do with what we have. And that'll be all cleaned up. All right. You know what we should do? Take a look in the trunk and see what's in there. All right, so I just happened to jump in here. Oh, it's got one of those gassy, squeezy things. We got a fuel filter. We got a click-clack. I guess that's click-clack. That is a cap. That is an old transistorized. What's brand on that one? That's a cool old transistor radio. Who's she made by? Made in Taiwan. UL listed. Philco / Ford, 120 volts. Philco Ford Corporation. That's pretty cool. Didn't know they were into that. There's one of the factory filters. Might be using this click-clack, but we'll see. Let's grab the ignition keys here and oops. Oh wow. And open up the trunk. And he says there's parts in the trunk. No surprises in here. Okay, we have the other door panel and the other inner window frame. Oh, look at this, old 55. I use these guys all the time. There's your ground strap. So he's been collecting parts for this through the years. And let me set you guys up here where you can actually, I can actually use both hands. I put this in the back. Oh, I see the other poverty caps. There's two of them there. What have we got here? Oh, something just fell here. Oh, popcorn, lovely. Yay. These things should be illegal. Oh boy. There's a lot of popcorn here. Boxes of stuff. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this one. This one is all the side glass. This is side glass. And that is from, looks like probably old 55. Again, these are old 55 part numbers, so. All right, look at that, wow. What we got here? We got quarter glass vent window seals. We have wiper arms. Ooh, I have one of these in my car. Goes over the gas pedal and your heel sits there from, and then this piece here stops your heel from wearing into the carpet on the floor. Wow, this is like Christmas over here. We've got bulbs. I would convert this over to LED. We've got an emblem for either the hood or the trunk. They might be the same. Door seals, door seals, door seal, 4 door seals, windshield seal, dash indicator, lens set. My rubber bumpers, rubber bumpy babies, and newspaper. We have water necks. We have an original AC Delco something in a box, and that is backup lens, 55 Chevy NOS box. Wow. Some tools, something wrapped up. Ugh, it's mushy, whatever it is. Space age black permanent coating. Bill Hirsch. Oh yeah, Bill Hirsch makes all kinds of crazy paints. There is, oh, these are Division Bar anti-rattlers. The reason I know all this stuff is because I've done my share of Tri-5s. Automotive, oh, check this out. These are cool. Automotive engine analyzer. This is Sears automotive analyzers. These are cool. Say that 5 times. These are, that is, I believe, a license plate frame. I don't know what's behind here. Behind door number 2. I'm not going to open it. There's the factory air cleaner. Ugh, it just fell on my head. And there's the hood ornament. What else we got here? I guess that's about it. The original jack is still in here. There's a lug wrench, poverty caps. There's a bunch of stuff in here. This thing's loaded. Oh my, we got our work cut out for us here on this car. Yeah, this is gonna be neat. This is gonna be a cool car. I wanna get it running first, make sure there's no noises. Oh my, here you go. Here's something to treat. Well, I won't say that. Here's some of the environmentalists love this stuff. Gunk lead substitute. You cannot find this anymore that I know of. This is like obsolete. Very obsolete. 5/1 of 06. I have yet to be able to find this stuff, unless it is out there and I don't know about it, but that's perfect for this engine because it's going to need it. So, all right, we got stuff. I like it. That battery should be charged up by now. I want to crank this thing over and get oil pressure and make sure everything's a go before we hopefully get it lit off. Alright. Well, I won't change that negative cable yet until we're ready, because I do have it back there, but oh, wait a minute, this is backwards. Oopsie. Alright. I'll flip the battery around later, as long as the cables reach for now. So we're powered up. What in tarnation? It's got 2 grounds. All right, well, the one that goes to the engine is the one I want. Yep, this is a body ground. It's supposed to go here and then I'm strapped to the ground, but all right. Let's see here. We have a generator light, but no oil light, so I can't tell if there's oil pressure. Let's see. Oh, this is sticking. I wonder if this thing is really in park. I'm gonna need it taken off, so let me look at this linkage, and maybe the oil pressure switch is bad. I'll spray this linkage up with a little PB blaster. It's got a bunch of linkage down there. I'm sure the column's a little dry. So I want to get this thing, if it does start, it doesn't lurch in gear and break something or hurt somebody. Yep, oil light didn't work, so that should be reversed, but there's no park. So let me crank on this a bit. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, well, let's see if it's got spark. I mean, it gallops a little bit, but that's typical for this. We're going to check this firing order first before we go too far. Alright, so the plan is check for spark. Probably have to clean the points up. I want to check the timing in this thing. Make sure this is put together correctly. Now I have my starter here, my starter button, and we'll see what direction this distributor turns. I think it's counterclockwise. The distributor should go, I think it's counterclockwise. It should be 153624 for the firing order. So, oh, clockwise. Okay, so it's clockwise. Oh, we got spark between the points. See that here. Okay, so we do have spark between the points. Let me see here. Firing order. Got to pull number one and check it for number one, because I think, from what I'm told, this thing has been banging and popping out the carburetor like it's out of time. I'll bring it up on top dead center and check the firing order, make sure this thing is right. And there's a little scale at the bottom when you set the timing, because this whole distributor, it actually turns, advance and retard. The arm doesn't move like the newer ones. The whole distributor actually turns to advance it. So, all right, so the firing order is correct. So now I want to pull number one spark plug. Oh, there it goes. And make sure, get it up on top dead center. They're a little dark. I might have to clean these a little bit. Get this thing up on top dead center and see the relationship for the end of the rotor to the number one spark plug wire. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick my finger in here, all right, and hold it in there, and I'm going to bump this thing. Now you hear it blow my finger off, that means it's close to top dead center. So then you're going to go to your timing mark, which is down. Oh, this one might be in the back. Oh yeah. Really? Oh, just passed. Oh, there it is. All right, so there's a timing mark. It's different than the ones over here. This doesn't have a timing mark on the balancer. It is back there. Oops, I knocked my thing off for the starter. So there's a hole back there with a white paint, and it's got numbers on it for degrees. So I'm gonna get it close to that white, which is a little off yet. I can't really see if that is on top dead center, but I'm gonna have to mess with it until I can get that light, or that white mark, lined up with that pin that's back there. I'll have to get a light and I'll show you. Okay, let me move some stuff. All right, so I don't know if you can see that down there. Get you as close as possible. but there's a hole right there with like a pin sticking down next to that bolt. That is the timing mark. The numbers are on the inside of the flywheel, and that is where you set your timing. So I have to bump that over to get it to that white paint, and then there's marks under it. It's real tough to see, so I'm not going to be able to hold the camera, the light, and bump this over, so it's going to be a little tough, so I'll bring it back to that. All right, so now we're at top dead center on number 1. With that timing tab in the back, there's actually a little rivet, and line it up with that little rivet on that spot with that pointer. And judging by this, okay, when you put this on the notch, this is number 1 wire. Judging by the notch, this wire right here, the rotor's over here, not here. So technically, this is number 1. This is supposed to be pointing at number 1 wire. So what I'm going to do is juggle around some wires and make this work clockwise direction, and she should light off when I add some fuel to her. So let me change these around and let's see if it fires up. All right, so I mixed a little 2-stroke oil up. Uh-oh, got a wasp flying around here. I mixed a little 2-stroke oil up with some premium gasoline I have in my container. I'm going to give this thing a little whiff. Oops, also if I take that off. Give this thing a little whiff and see what happens. Might be a big whiff, but let's hit it. Too much timing. So let's see if that's, oh, let me see here. I think we got too much timing in this thing. Yeah, this has got way too much timing in it. I'm gonna have to probably turn that distributor, because when I lined up the rotor with number 1, it was actually a little far advanced. I kind of took a chance. So I'm gonna loosen up this distributor and see what I can do with that. All right, so the old stove bolt 235 has a screw clamp on the back of this bottom of this distributor. I'm just going to loosen a little bit, and I'm going to turn this distributor a little bit. I think I left the key on, so let me check this thing don't decide to kick off. No, it's not. Okay. Sometimes it'll ignite what fuel's in the chamber and let it rip. So if that was, I'm going to retard this timing a little bit. I'm going to put it right about where I think that is and take a chance. I'm going to snug this clamp down. Now, I'm not an expert on these old stove bolt 235s. I've been around them. I've rebuilt a few. And some of you guys might be a little more knowledgeable than I am on these things, but I can get my way around them. I've had a few. So, all right. Let me show you that screw down there, right where my finger's at. There's a screw, and you loosen that clamp and it allows you to turn the distributor. So we're going to give this another shot and see if she lights off, as I retarded the timing a little bit, and I think it should be good. Ready? Contact. There we go. There's still a little too much timing, so I'm going to go turn the ignition on, but being I have that solenoid jumped out, it's going to only have power until I let go of this. So it'll fire, but it'll shut right off. I'm going to retard this a little more because it's still, yeah, I'm going to have to loosen it again. I snugged it. There we go. And I'm going to turn the key on. So we have constant power there. All right, so in order to be safe, and this thing happened to be in reverse or gear, because that column's a little goofed up, I am going to chock the wheels. So if this starts and it starts to build transmission pump pressure, it doesn't run me over or hit the John Deere in front of me. So let's give this a whirl. The key is on. Ooh, she a bit noisy. All right, let's see here. Let me get some of this stuff once it fall off the front of the car. Contact. Let me put some, good place to do it. Always Want to fill the bowl up, go through the bowl vent, and this will fill the bowl, and this will keep it running for a few minutes. All right, so that should be just enough to get the jets wet and make it run. So, all right, contact. Wow, a little noisy. Shut that down. That top end is very, very noisy, and I don't know if it's getting oil up top or not. I need to put a gauge on this thing because I don't want to run this out of oil or no oil pressure. There could be an issue with this. It does have oil, but that sounds like it's not a sewing machine. I don't know what to call it, but them sounds like you could drive a 55 Chevy underneath the valve rocker tips and the valve stem. So let me find a place to put a gauge. All right, I have verified it has oil pressure. I took the lid off the oil filter bath over there, the canister, and cranked it over, and it filled up with oil. So either this thing's still catching up through the rockers, because these are the last to get any oil, or they got the valve train very, very loose in this thing and it's not set correctly. There could be hydraulic. I don't know if they did hydraulics. I know some of the vehicles, they were automatic, they were hydraulic lifters. If they were stick, it was solid lifters. And this is an automatic, so I'm wondering if they were set wrong. I'm gonna have to look into that, but we're gonna start this thing up hopefully and let it run. It's going to be a lifter issue. Come around, get happy again. Very, very noisy. Very noisy lifters and rockers. A little smoky. It's got two-stroke oil in the. I can smell the two-stroke oil coming out the tailpipe. Wow, the generator light went off. Oil light does not work. Actually, won't sound all that bad, except for that tap. It's very, very smooth. Very smooth. It has a little bit of gas in the tank, so I'm going to shut this off. Let's see if she starts back up via key. Woo! Look at that. Can't believe the generator and the regulator are still working on this car after all these years. All right, I'm gonna research this if it has hydraulic or solid lifters in this engine. Either the solids are set wrong or the hydraulics weren't preloaded and set correctly. So let me get on the old interwebs and see what I can find. Now, like I say, I remember reading that, and I had a 55 Chevy 150 wagon, and I remember reading hydraulics were automatic and solids were stick, and mine was a stick with solids. So I will be right back. All right, so the plan is, Stan, We're going to remove this valve cover. Now, I got on the old interwebs and I went into a forum, 55 to 57 Chevys, and there is a thread in there from way back that says 55 was the last year for solid lifters with standard transmission and hydraulics with automatics. So there's a good chance these are either wrong or adjusted wrong. I'm gonna have to find out. So we're gonna pull this valve cover off and see for ourselves. Come on, you. Well, at least the gasket didn't rip. That's an Fel Pro. That's a good one. Let me put this someplace safe. All right. Perfect. Nice and clean in here. Let me get you in here. So we're nice and clean. Let me see. Here's a part number. GM. I didn't even verify if this is. Oh, yeah, it is. Looks like 12/8 of 56. So this is a different year. It's this is a different year head. It's not a 55, it's a 57 technically. 12 December 8th of 56. So this motor's a little later. I'm gonna have to look into this one because when they've been changed out, you don't know what's going on. See, it looks like there's some oil up top here, so a little noisy. Maybe we got a couple noisy ones here. I want to let me fire this thing up. I think it's actually running on the fuel that's in the tank, which ain't the greatest in the world, but let me throw the key on. Safer the better. And let her rip. Let her rip. All right, I think we just got a couple of noisy ones here. Oil is getting up here. Actually, they're starting to quiet down a little. We've got spinning push rods, so we're good. This one here. A little noisy though. A little noise on the bottom end. I'm trying to isolate this noisy one. I think it's that one. These ain't spitting oil all over yet. That's an exhaust, so that'll be a little looser. One of these is very, very, very noisy. Hard to tell. I need one of those stethoscopes. Is that one spinning? All right, this one back here is not spinning, so up there it goes. It needs a little help. It's not getting oil. I think it's this back one. Yeah, this back one's a little noisy. It is getting oil up top now, except for that very last one. That's what I wanted to see. And we're getting oil through here and coming out. What's left comes out this tube. So we are getting oil pressure really well. And they have quieted down a lot. That back one back there, I don't like the way that push rod's spinning. I think that's your loose one. Yeah. If I put pressure on it, quiets down. So I'm gonna go after that one. I gotta just find the latch. We got oil return here. We got oil all up in here. That one there doesn't. And the push rod's kind of spinning intermittently. And it's a little noisy, so I'm going to readjust that one, see what happens. So we are running off gas tank dinosaur juice, so that's not bad at all. All right, yeah, we have a noisy one. We'll find it. Not a problem. works. It goes into drive. The linkage is a little goofed up, but it does drive. It will go forward. It was very, very, very low on transmission fluid, which is typical of these cast iron Power Glides. Okay, I put the valve cover back on. I'm going to change the oil in this thing and put a couple of put a new filter in it. I'll have to order that canister filter insert, and also I think some fresh oil would quiet down those 2 lifters in there, because they're just kind of not getting oil up all the way. Also want to put a little bit of like B12, the Barrymore additive in the fuel tank, or maybe some Marvel or Seafoam, maybe a little bit of oil additive in this to just get the stickies out of it. So let's see if this thing fires up. Well, we know it goes in a gear, so that's nice. Look at that, I didn't even touch the gas. Now I'm gonna get that idle down. It needs a new return spring. Also, the vacuum advance on this thing does not work, I noticed. And when you rev the engine, this should turn. This should advance the timing. And that diaphragm is no good. These are a little pricey, but they're not bad. But in order for get it from pinging and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, yeah, put a new one in. It's worth it. All right, she's warmed up and got a little bit of a unsteady idle, so I'm going to turn the mixture screw in or out. I'm going to go in and see if she starts to smooth out. And you'll hear the RPMs kick up like that. Starting to smooth out a little bit. Now when the idle starts to go down, back it off. You use a vacuum gauge and go off the highest vacuum reading, but I think that's as smooth as you're going to get it. Listen to that, that is beautiful. I'm back down here to the tailpipe. It says it all. Well, what's left of the tailpipe. Listen. Not a putt in sight. Wow. She's a beaut, Clark. Get some fresh fuel and oil in this thing. And that lifter shut up, so I think we're good, but we're still going to change all the oil. I want to put a return spring on there. We're probably going to have to hook a choke cable up on this. I'll go through all the parts in the back, put those battery cables on, and put a few things to this. Now, I don't know. Put you guys up here. Yep, windshield's broke. Look at that. Oh. The horn is shorted out in the column. Beep, beep, beep. Brakes work good. All right. I'm going to straighten out this idle. The idle's too high. And fix this shifter because it sucks. Welcome back to Anything Goes Garage, back to the headquarters. Okay, so we got some stuff done at the farm done. The Packard's done, running up, and we put away now. The tractor's going. We got some more tractor work to do up there. They had one overheating, the other one an leaky axle seal. So that'll be coming here later, if not tomorrow. I gotta pull the wheel off and the flange off and put a new felt or a seal in there, because as it gets warm it starts running out. Never ending. So anyway, we're gonna get Mark's 72 Chevelle out because we're waiting for parts now. It needs a back brake line, rubber brake line going to the differential. for the back brakes, and he's getting new metal lines for the back because just had a bad feeling about them, and new front pads for that, and we bleed them, and hopefully it's done, because every time it comes to the point where it goes home to where it belongs, it breaks down. It don't want to leave. I think it likes all the Chevelles here. It's got all kinds of Chevelle friends to hang with, so I don't know, but I could use the room because there's a lot of other cars coming in here that you guys are going to appreciate. But yeah, I'm going to unload that now, and I think I'm going to, might work on a 55, and I'm work on Chris's car from No Nonsense No How. I'm going to I think I'm going to drop that column out of there and drop the dash out and start working on that. It's a little warm. I'll put a fan on, and I'll bring you guys along to see all the good stuff that falls out from behind that dashboard. Shoo! Boy, when he got that thing, that was full of mold. That was, woo! It made me, yeah. But you got to clean. But when we go underneath that dash, there's all kinds of fun stuff under there. So, all right, let's go. We got plenty of work to do. Love these Chevelles. Next, going to bring this in the shop. It does run, does drive. Actually, I want to take it down the road, but I want to go check the chassis in it first, make sure everything's up to good. I pulled some of the stuff out of the trunk and installed this because he's not going to mess with the body for now. He's going to leave it just the way it is, and then sand it down later and maybe put some kind of a coating on it. But there's trunk seals, door parts, rattlers, window glass, everything's in here. You've seen it yesterday when I posted it. I put like his emblem on, his NOS backup lights. He's going to order tail lights, lenses for it. I put the new mirror on. A lot of stuff coming from Old 55 in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. They've been supplying me with my parts since I started messing with Tri-5s, 2005, when I did my 56 race car. And then a lot of this car is equipped with that, and my 57 and my 55 wagon I used to have. Love their products. A lot of Dan Chuck stuff. You can get the cheaper stuff too. So I'm gonna get this in the shop, put on the lift. I just can't help myself. Sorry, Chris, I wanted to work on your car today, but you know, I got a soft spot for 55s. Not like I don't like your Chevelle. I love your Chevelle. I've been watching. I even went back and watched the videos over again. And it's come a long way, and yeah, yes. So we're gonna have a 4-speed big block car, and a 4-speed big block car, that white one over there, and they're all 396s. Well, 402, maybe 408 if it's 60 over, and that's 408 because that's 60 over. So yeah, all right, let me quit yapping here and get this 55 in. Shorted out inside the column. That is something else I got to fix, which is typical on the old Tri-5s. I've seen it 100 times. So I guess now you're familiar with what's in this car. He does have the original carburetor, because this one does not fit the factory old air cleaner, and we want to make it right. Had automatic choke and all that. And this one, the accelerator pump's going south in it, so I want to make it right. So we're gonna put on a lift, check the exhaust, look at the front end, see what's loose, see what's not, maybe pull the wheels off. Let's find out what's going on. She's so fine, my 55. You know what this thing is? A 348 in. 409s are overrated. Tri-5, 348, either a tri-power or a single AFP or a WCFB. They're all marketplace. These are so nostalgic with those engines. And they got a nice sound to them. Hello? Okay. That's either a wheel bearing or a ball joint. I'm gonna say it's a wheel bearing. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a wheel bearing. That's scary. So yeah, there's like the ground down there. My 55 did it, my wagon. Okay. Oh shoot. There is a wasp nest underneath this wheel well that I'm going to have to take care of. And she's a big one. And we're gonna fix this. All right, so I'm in Tri-5 heaven again. I never realized how much I missed working on these cars, but here's an old chrome reverse. I wish this car had 4 nice new ones of these on here. An old bias ply. It's got a nice look to it. It's an old Sears. Yeah. Guardsman. Yes, Guardsman. I love the chrome reverses. We're gonna see if we can salvage this exhaust system. And I'll take this up and we'll get a better gander at the bottom. Look at these poor white walls. F7015 4-ply. We got to figure out how old these things are. I mean, they look like brand new. If we can get the date code off of them, it's a shame. They'd be nice. They're not cracked, but they're dry. Yeah, there's a little cracks right there. They're nice pieces if you were to put them on display, if you clean them up and put some sauce on them. If you had one of those Goodyear or Firestone displays and you put it in the display. And this is the same tire. There's 3 of them, and the one in the back in the trunk is destroyed, unfortunately. But there were 4 brand new wide whites on here, 67015 4-plies, and they were made by BF Goodrich Silvertown, and lots of weights. Yep, and there is that wasp nest up in there just waiting to attack. Can't tell if there's something on it, but it looks like there might be one lingering. And I don't like getting stung. It's just something that pain just hangs around for a while. Just annoying. Alright, so all the way to the top floor. There. Alright. So I don't know what you can see under here. I should go get a light. Be a little easier. Alright, well, I got my headlight. Hopefully it doesn't look like a discotheque where you're at. These LEDs and cameras kind of don't get along. So okay, we're gonna have to put a hanger here if this is all salvageable. Somebody's painted the rear. It's an open rear, of course. Somebody put shocks on it. Yeah, it's got some rust back here. It's been well undercoated. I think that's what also saved this car, which they don't do anymore. Oh yeah, this thing's been very, very beautifully undercoated. All that there is definitely a vibration. Mud daubers. Yuck. That'd be like tying wheel weights to the bottom of your drive shaft. Somebody's done a fuel line, it looks like. Did a nice job. Somebody's painted the frame a long time ago. And this is your old Power Glide slip and slide cast iron. This thing weighs probably just as much as the engine does. Oh, look, more mud daubers. All right, and this is your, what do you call it, exhaust hanger. It's fine. It's for the emergency brake. I'll have to wheel all that up. Hanger's broke there, I'll have to fix that. He has all new bushings for the front end, but it looks like they're pretty tight. So that'll save a little bit of work, but it definitely needs, I'm gonna have to check these wheel bearings because they are the ball style, unless somebody's changed them, and they are known to fail. Definitely need brake hoses. Brakes do work. I don't know how good, but we're gonna find out here in a little bit. We're gonna try and take a ride. Recent shocks, motor mounts, engine looks good. Actually not bad under here at all. Nope, lots of undercoating, lots of mud daubers. Seat belts, that's a dealer installed part actually. And now this right here will denote gear ratio, but over here is stamped, and when you look up that stamp, when I find it, it'll tell you what gear ratio. I'm going to say this has 355s in it. So lots of, oh, look at all that backlash and that ring and pinion. That is no joke there. Don't hear very much dragging on the brakes. They're gonna need adjustment, but we're gonna pull them apart. This is the backup light. All the green, any green wires like this is the backup light harness. Some of them backup lights were an option. Overall, this car is in very nice shape. That is empty. We're gonna have to put some fuel in it if we're going anywhere. I do. Yeah, it's getting a little sketchy there. Frame looks good though. Spot there, but it's not through. No, I like this. This is nice. The undercoating saved this car and whoever kept it in the garage for as long as they did until it sat outside. But no, this is really, really nice. Somebody made an attempt to bring this car back around again. While we're gonna do our part, and the owner is gonna do his part, and he just wants to drive it. There's all the cracks on the inside of the wheel. Yeah, I wouldn't take this down the turnpike. I'd go down the street with it, but it probably sat on one side. Well, this has got some rust in it. Yeah, I got a little tension on them. All right, so I'm gonna grease this front end up real quick and check everything else, and I'll get back to you. Been a while since that's been greased. Took a lot of grease. At that point, man, I'm just trying it up instead of over. I ain't gonna be able to get to that one. Power one, because this is a good thick grease. It's been a while since this thing's been done. Nothing. Okay. What else is out here? The other ones we're gonna have to take the wheels off to get to them. Cobwebs, spiders. I was able to get to those. Maybe not. There you go. Perfect. Actually, the bushings look pretty good in here, not bad. U-joints been replaced. Oh, they have a grease fitting. Sweet. Alright, good. No grease fitting in the rear, so this is a replacement. Alright. Well, I can't do the rest until I get the wheels off, so we'll play that game later. Alright. We got rain. It's really coming down. Well, it kind of looked funny going up. Yeah, you didn't hear that. So, yeah, I just cut the old hanger off of here, rubber hanger. I got one up there to do, and we're gonna try to mount this thing back up where it belongs. Make sure it don't rattle. And that'll be a lot of rust falling down here on my feet. I'm covered in it. So, boy, that does feel good, but it's gonna make it humid as anything. Hopefully we won't get flooded. Okay, so we're gonna take this thing on its first voyage in a long time under its own power. Make sure I got my cell phone. I put some fuel in it. It has a brake pedal. Let's see what it does. It's gonna be a little warm. Just got done raining and it is humid. So this thing has no vacuum advance. The vacuum advance is shot and the accelerator pump is slowly going away. Hence it won't start like it used to. Come on, girl. Really? Great. Try again. Sauce is leaking now that I moved it all around. That'll warm up a moment. kicking in this thing too. All right, here we go. No. Okie dokie. I can hear the relays for the horns that I disconnected clicking around in there. Alright. Oh, this carburetor is done. Yep. It ain't going. It won't even make it to the gate. So we have to go find out what's up with this carburetor. Besides the accelerator pump, it's got a delivery issue. And it has fuel in the tank. Don't mind that gauge. I just put 3 gallons in it. Should be fine. Alright, so now it's running. Don't know how long. The brass, they use a sintered fuel filter inside the carburetor. I could barely blow through it. You can't see the trash, but it's so fine that it just won't go through. So if you know, you know anything about those things. So we're gonna try this. No vacuum advance, she ain't happy. Exhaust is leaking like a sin. This is basically its first maiden voyage, and God knows how long it's gone down the road, or, well, if it's even make it to the end of the driveway. We shall find out. With no accelerator pump. I gotta feather the pedal. There we go. Second gear. There you go, that's it. 1, 2. 1, 2, slip and slide. Actually, it shifted really nice. We're doing 30 miles an hour. Woo! A little bit of smoke behind us, but I sprayed up the exhaust bolts and stuff, so that's probably what's on it. Look at that. Whole 40 mile an hour. Hopefully we can stop at the other end. Actually, I'm surprised the wheels aren't square. Hopefully they don't come apart. Can't open the other windows. No cranks on them. Hopefully, oh, nice. Got a pedal and it actually responded. A little pull, but yeah, she's pulling to the right, so one of the wheel cylinders is not working. And there's the house it belongs at right there. That's where this car came from. So we're gonna go through town here and go down to my test spot, do a couple burnouts. No, I'm just kidding. And we're gonna, oh, front end's a little shaky there. Oh, there goes the door. Alright, turn signal worked. The door shut itself. Whoever invented bungee cords is my best friend, I guess. See if we can get this thing up to 50 without losing a tire. Come on, old BFG, Silvertowns, and Sears, whatever that is, Guardsman. Don't fail me now. Especially going around a bend. Woo! Wow. She got a push. He's pushing. Alright, here we go, 45. Don't know how right this is, but we are doing 50. Woo! Wonder when the last time this thing did 50. Temperature looks good. I don't see any smoke behind us, so I guess we're good. We're not on fire, Tom Cruise. Odometer seems to be working. Stay on the road there, guy. I'm gonna go down here and turn around. All right, we made it back. Yes, sir. Woo! Definitely gonna have to do some brake work to this. I think we got some wheel cylinders not working. I'm gonna pull the wheels off and see what's good and what's not. I gotta fix this shifter. There it goes. No, it's still in reverse, or neutral. Idle's a little high, but oops, still in gear. There's neutral. I have to readjust that. Not bad, not bad. Runs cool too. Time to find something else to fix. I think we're gonna fix this door. Yeah. When the sun goes down, I'm not out in the middle of the driveway, and the post is right there, so let's fix this door. All right, so I took that passenger side door, bungee door off, and I took the latch assembly out of here, and this spring, this pawl here that actuates the latch wasn't latching, so it was kind of just spinning that little star around while that's supposed to lock in there and click, and when it closes the door, click, it locks. So that pivot right there was seized up, so I oiled it up, got it to work, then I washed it out real good. Now I'm gonna use a real good lubricant, spray this thing and put it back together, so now nobody falls out the passenger door. Perfect, it's fine. All right, so I got this door to work. Wow, I didn't try it yet, but I know the mechanism works itself. No longer need that. There's the door. So now this star wheel now clicks. This goes up and down. Even the window, look at that, nice and easy. This happens when you lube all the joints, all the rollers. Well, that's the moment of truth. Unlocked. Wow, was the door handle, don't worry about that. Look at that. Re-lubed everything and stuck it back together. I think that's it. I'm gonna vacuum the bottom of that door out. It's full of unmentionable mice stuff and food and whatever, trap, junk, crap, yeah. Now this door here will not open. It's like dead to the world. Unless it opens from here. Let me see, the window goes down. Sort of nice. If I can reach in here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna end up taking this door. Ooh, hinges are tight too. All right. So I'll probably end up taking this door panel off this window frame, or they call it a sash, I guess. Pull those handles and take this assembly out. Yeah, doing the same thing. It's doing the same thing, it's just freewheeling. So that'll be another bungee cord deal if I don't fix it. This here is all replaceable. All right, so we got a little something done here. About ready to call it a day. It's getting late. I got a lot done today. And it rained again, so it's a little bit humid in here, and it's time for some vittles. But I'm very happy. Got to drive the car today. Got a lot accomplished. Not only that, but whatever around the yard and stuff. So all right, so we'll be back again tomorrow working on this. Probably start this door. I'll probably do it outside because hopefully it won't be raining, and I might as well just go through all the doors and lube everything up and make it, because he's going to drive. His family's actually going to ride in it. I think he's got 2 kids, and I know he's got a daughter and she loves this car. She wants to drive it when she gets older. But they have kids in it. We got to make it safe. Doors don't fly open, windows go up and down, everything locks and unlocks, and the doors work great. So yeah, we'll make this safe and we'll clean it up, and he can do whatever he wants with the interior. So they're gonna have fun enjoying this car. I know the daughter is stoked to be in the car, drive the car. So look at that. All right, that's it for today. Peace out. See you tomorrow.